Conversation without delta is monologue. How do you get a good conversation? Actually, it is easier for a modern Westerner to know how to not get a good conversation. The easiest way to prohibit a good conversation is if both persons want to accentuate their ideas at the same time. This is what we typically experience in politics. In other words, we have two or more parties speaking and nobody listening. Back to the question, which measures should one pursue in order to get a good conversation? For this we need a couple of ingredients. We need two or more people. Many can listen, but only one can speak. If the speaker keeps talking, the conversation stops and becomes a lecture instead. To converse is one of the gifts of the beta addicted. The ultimate expression of speaking is the declamation of the king. He expects no reply, only submission. Listening, on the contrary, is very demanding to us Westerners. Again, a picture might come in handy. As a representative for the speaking people, guess whom I stumbled across? The most queenly of all queens. Elizabeth Alexandra Mary Windsor. Queen Elizabeth II of the United Kingdom and most of the earthly world, actually. See picture 28. Keep in mind our black Maasai woman from picture 10. Elizabeth and the Maasai woman are both women, yet they lived very different lives. Elizabeth spent all her life mainly in beta. The Maasai woman at the other end of the scale is submerged in theta and delta. Let us for a moment imagine a meeting between the two. What would this implausible conversation look like? I suppose the Queen herself would not hesitate expressing some wise words, just like royals like to do. And our Maasai woman would listen. In this way, each would express what they can best. This is how they live. The next step, though, would be much more challenging. Can you imagine our Maasai woman demean herself into beta in order to express anything of interest to the Queen? Worse even, how on earth could our Queen be able to listen even for the shortest moment? For this to happen, both of them would have to switch states. The Maasai woman would have to approach the vampiric beta state in order to concentrate and formulate her talk, and Queen Elizabeth would have to dwell in an empathic delta to be able to receive and absorb. Speaking civilized comes from the consciousness of a concentrated point, and as a listener, you have to become the surrounding periphery. You have to open up to whatever comes at you. It is impossible to stay at the point and be the circle, impossible to throw and receive. Therefore, you must leave the point, beta, and dwell in the circle, delta. Point and circumference are opposites, like man and woman, Gaia earth and Uranus sky, yin and yang. The ultimate listening is exercised in a state where the message is perceived, undigested by the conscious delta mind. If you think I read too slow, buy a copy of this book from here.